And we'll get more and more into the Colorado State game coming up, but the game of the night in the Southwest region and in the nation was right in our region in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Let's go to it. The defending national champion LSU Tigers hosting Oregon State. Let's check out Alexis Cerna. He's missed 2-point afters already. He misses a third. It's the hat trick, and LSU holds on to win in overtime, 22-21.
Put that passion in kicking the ball. And if anyone sees someone walking on the freeway with their head down, it's Cerna. He's walking all the way back to Corvallis, Oregon. I can't say I feel bad for him because he had 3 shots and he let his team down 3 times. He's supposed to come through in those situations. He wasn't able to do it tonight, but I'm sure they'll hug him and kiss him, and he'll be back in their good graces by the end of the next week.
But actually, he had pinpoint accuracy on the first 2. He hit the upright dead on both times.
Well, you have to find the positives somewhere, I guess.
So 22-21, LSU somehow wins against Oregon State. Not exactly the way the defending national champs had planned to open the new season. So could a similar fate face the Texas Longhorns
Never.
in their season opener against North Texas? What do you think?
No.
I don't think so. The Longhorns playing host to the Mean Green of North Texas in Austin. A beautiful night for football in the Lone Star State. And Cedric Benson very early in this one. How about that Heisman Trophy campaign for Ced? 38 yards for the score. North Texas trying to get something going offensively. There's your man Derek Johnson forcing the fumble. The takeaway for the Longhorns, of course, the new defensive coordinator, Greg Robinson, and they pitched the shutout. Brian Carter, what a catch. Unfortunately, it doesn't count.
Put it on the highlight reel anyway. That has to go on there.
It deserves to be on the highlight reel, and Texas rolling 41-0 in the second quarter as Young gets free again. He had 102 yards rushing in the game, his second touchdown from 48 yards away. And you know it's a good night for the offense when the fullback is catching touchdown passes.
Scored.
Will Matthews scores, and Vince Young had some pinpoint accuracy himself.
No quarterback controversy.
Nope, not at all. And the final score, you look at it there, 65-0. Talk with Bill Parcells for just a little bit. Just from your perspective and the success that you've had in your industry and seeing Parcells from afar, what impresses you now that you get more of an up-close look at him out here on the practice field about Bill Parcells, the coach of a team?
Well, he's number one, very personable, but on the field he's all business, and I like that. I mean, it's interesting. I like playing for a coach. I miss playing for a coach, and I think directorially and acting-wise, I always think of my director almost as a coach. So I like, run through a wall for your director to try to get something right. And I actually, in my own career, I direct sometimes with a chalkboard.
Really?
If I got big explosions and I think some yahoo's not paying attention, I go, look, when this blows up here, you got to be right here, you see? And I don't let them get away with their head just nodding up and down, because I've seen that before. That's a panic. And when you watch Bill, you realize, you go, he understands. He commands an immediate respect, and he knows how to win, and he's going head to head with 30 other geniuses out there, trying to move these guys around and get them to do the things that he thinks they need to do.
Been a part of so many sports movies. When you're out here watching a training camp, can you envision maybe a movie on a football type movie that?
I can envision one. I don't know what it would be.
Yeah.
I mean, for me to enter into a sports movie, I have to feel like it's first about people, because I think that's the only kind of movie that will actually work in a theater. I mean, otherwise you're making a documentary about training, and it's really not going to be the one you want to take your girlfriend to.
Right.
See, I put girls in my movies, okay, you guys?
Cheerleaders sometimes
let me explain something to you geniuses. You got to get a good-looking girl. You got to get Renee Russo, you got to get Saran, and you got to get her in your movie. Otherwise you got a, class? Documentary.
Right, that's exactly right. You look at these guys out here competing for a spot on the team. They're chasing a dream.
Yeah.
You could talk a little bit about yourself. You went to Cal State Fullerton, and if I'm not mistaken, you were in marketing or some line of work, and then you at one point decided in your early 20s that you needed to chase your heart.
I did, yeah. And it happened for me, and there was no guarantee that it would, but it's funny when you make a decision about what you want to do, it's funny how it lightens your load. I mean, I felt a complete pressure off my back. It shifted to everybody else, like my parents and and your wives, and you're going, what in the world are you going to do? Does this mean we're going to be in the poorhouse? So it was funny. What sometimes a thing that is leading you to where you want, people are going, oh my God, could you have picked anything harder or anything,
more difficult.
Because they worry about you. But for me, storytelling was very much a part of what I like to be about.
Jerry Jones and Bill Parcells, for that matter, would hope that your visit here will have the same effect on this team that your friendship with Augie Garrido has had for the University of Texas team. I understand that Augie called you on the bus going to the championship game, the College World Series.
Yeah, he told me they were watching the R-rated part of Bull Durham. He goes, I got him fired up. Yeah, he says, I got him fired up. You got Sarandon in the tub. You got all the candles going. We're on our way to win a national championship if we can. I had a real odd circumstance last year because George Horton, who coached Cal State Fullerton, met Augie in the College World Series last year, and so. And George Horton, for anybody who doesn't know, was Augie's played for Augie, then became an assistant for Augie. Now here they are playing each other for the national championship, and so I'm kind of like torn between these two situations, and kind of had them out. I had them both out at the house about a month and a half later when I got married, and I saw them. I built a field out in the middle of a field. I built a baseball field, and I saw them both. Yeah, it was. It was kind of interesting. I saw, felt like on mushrooms or something. I looked out there, and there was like 300 people I all kind of knew on my property. So wherever I was going, is this real or what? But there was Augie and George out there talking, who went head to head over, and obviously what's at stake for both of them, on that particular game. So.
Well, Kevin Costner, we appreciate you joining us here on Cowboys Daily. Hope you enjoyed your day here at camp.
Yeah, I did.
All right.
I'm going to go ice my arm, okay?
He can't really throw it.
No more 50-yard throws.
There you go.
And Cowboys Daily continues in a moment here from Oxnard, California.